Hey everyone, this is Kassarian. So what am I up to right now? Well, I am, as a matter of fact, hunting for cow. Yup, hunting for cows because I need leather for my next build. And guess what? I'm having trouble finding in my. Wait, is that a cow? Is that? It's a cow. Sorry, I've just spent about 20 minutes hunting for a stupid cow, and finally found one. Thank goodness. All right, where are you? Get over here. Sorry. So, any of you who are familiar with early game Industrial Craft and early game Red Power 2 can probably guess what I'm trying to build right now, which is some passive power generation that's a little bit cheaper than solar panels. The main issue I have with solar is that, honestly, I love solar. There's a reason why I have compact solars installed right now. The problem I generally have with it, though, is it's expensive. And more than that, it's a pain in the butt to try and get it built. Okay, so you have to craft two circuits, and then you have to craft, your generator block, and whoop-de-doo, you just got 1 EU per tick of power. Great. That would be enough to keep one advanced machine on standby mode. Not even enough to run it. So I'm going with a method that a lot of players consider to be a little bit cheap, and a little bit cheating. I don't think so. I think that it's a perfectly valid method of working with different mods and how they interop and play together. Um, so yeah, I have no doubt that once I actually have people following me or watching my play style, that they'll end up saying, "Hey, that's cheating. You shouldn't build that way. Do generators until you can build solar panels." You know what? Screw that. I really power generation in my mind is one of those things. It's a balancing mechanic. It's not really a it's not an integral part of gameplay early game for me. I mean, I enjoy it late game when I'm building my nuclear reactors and my fusion plants and massive solar farms, etc. But early game, you know what? Screw it. Okay, so what do I have going on here? I have some tin cooking up somewhere. There we go. And I already have some copper somewhere around here, if I can find it somewhere. There we go, copper. And I'm going to throw it in an alloy furnace. Now, alloy furnace, which I think you guys saw me craft last time. I think. It's been a while since I recorded. Anyone who's following me, which is currently one person, that one person happens to be my girlfriend. Just as a side fact, I tend to kind of feel, the kid who has the piano recital and his mother shows up? Well, that's kind of how I feel right now. I have the one person in the world who's going to follow me no matter what I do. Alright, so I need to make some pneumatic tubing. Actually, no. You know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to actually do the retriever first, which means I need to make a filter. Crap. Alright, this is going to be a little bit more effort than I have first thought it was going to be. Just because I tend to underestimate. Ooh, I need more tin. I always forget that these things eat your resources when you start crafting them. Okay, so alloy furnace is smelting up. Yes, right. Okay, I need to get some glass put together, which means I need sand, which I can't tell if I'm seeing it in any chest. So you know what? I'm going to go take care of that, and I'll be back once I have the materials put together. Alright. Hey everyone, I'm back, and I think I have everything set up now that I need to. So one of the things I need is I need some what are called red doped wafers. And those are made by throwing 8 pieces of coal and 8 pieces of sand into a furnace. And that should get me what's called a silicon boule. Now, I don't know, I forgot to check, but to get the wafers, what you need to do is you need to take your diamond, 2 pieces of iron that I may or may not actually have on me. I have refined iron, which isn't going to help. So I'm going to just have to smelt that up real quick. Alright. There are also people home right now, so you're probably going to hear people talking in the background, but you guys can deal, right? all one viewer who happens to be one of the people talking sitting next to me. Anyways, so just waiting for that to cook up here. Ta-da! Okay. So then just 3 sticks, 2 iron, and 2 diamonds, and that gives me a diamond handsaw. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the silicone bowl, just drop it into my 2x2 crafting window, silicone bowl underneath, and that gives me some wafers. And now, if you check the retriever, it needs a filter. So I'm going to need at least 2 red doped wafers. So just throw two silicon wafers and some redstone into a furnace, and of course I let it die out. You know, one of these days I'm really gonna have to just bite the bullet and get my ARP Red Power 2 Bluetricity stuff set up, which I suppose I'll probably do right after this. Throw that stuff in there. And that will get me I'm actually going to have to do Bluetricity right after I do this. I just realized for this build. And that gives me 2 red doped wafers, and only using up some of my redstone. Yay. Alright, so we're going to drop that in there. Now for the filter, I also need 2 gold, which you can see I already got. Oh, that's the V's filter I just opened up. And I'm going to need 2 pistons. Now, that's a vanilla recipe. I should have just cooked up all of my iron dust. Don't worry, eventually I'm going to have this set up so this will all happen automatically. You guys won't have to watch me do this. So just wait for that to cook up. So I'm going to need some cobble, some of that redstone, and I'll use that wood because I'm not doing much with it. And iron comes out here. So I'm going to put the iron right there, put the redstone right there. Yeah, that reminds me, I should get started with some cool and exchange stuff, but... Oh, right, of course. There we go. That gives you my 2 pistons. So then, I'm just going to grab my 2 of these, some of those, drop my wafers down there like that, my pistons like that, put that there, and then put these all the way across like this. Ta-da! And that gives me my 2 filters. One of which I'll be using for my build, and then one of which I'll be turning into a retriever. Ta-da! Retriever! Now, oh joy. Do I have any silver? Yes, I do. Okay, good. Sorry, I just realized I forgot something important. Which you guys will notice, I will routinely forget crafting ingredients that I need. Huh. I forgot another crafting ingredient. I need Nikolite. Which I don't think I have any of. Uh-oh. I think this means I'm going to have to go mining. Okay, I'm not going to put you guys through the pain of actually watching me go off and mine and do stuff like that. So I'm just going to clear out my inventory quickly, and I'll probably just dump all of this into my currently open chest. My work chest. Yeah, I'm just going to dump all that in there, and I'm going to go mine, and I'll be back in a little bit. Alright, see ya. Hey everyone, I'm back. Just wanted to let you all know that I have once again returned. So I apologize, I was just listening to one of my previous videos, and I realized that you could really hear the people in the background talking, and I just wanted to apologize for that. I thought my mic was actually not as good as it was. So on that same note, I'm going to apologize if you all hear any weird noises, because I'm actually recording this in my car while I'm waiting for my girlfriend to finish with something. So yes, if you hear any weird sounds, buzzing, whirring, grinding, that would be my 96 Toyota Camry. Okay, so I got a little carried away off screen, and I ended up making some of the crafting ingredients that I was going to show you guys me making. Alright, well I showed you how to do the red alloy wafer, the red doped wafers. Well, you do the blue doped wafers in the same way. And those blue alloy ingots, you do those in the same way as well. It's just some silver and some Nikolite. And throw those in a alloy furnace. Oh, look at that. And you get blue doped wafers. Or blue alloy ingots. Okay, so the reason I have all this crap cooking up in there right now is that I realized halfway through this that I'm going to need some sort of a power source to boot. Okay, good. I had a momentary fear that I had run myself out of coal there, but I hadn't. So, okay, I'll just drop that in there. Okay, so we can get started crafting one of these. Okay. So, I'm going to pull all this crap down into my inventory. Now, if those of you don't know, if you click this little question mark, you get a little ghostly image. Yay, ghostly image. We like our ghostly images. Well, as long as they're not real ghosts. Yeah. Anyways. I don't know. Ghosts. Yes. You ever think that Minecraft should have ghosts in it? I think that would be cool. I think that would be very cool. And something's screwing up here, so I can't see iron. Oh. That needs to be one of those. There we go. Retriever. Those blue doped wafers I'm crafting them for my power source, actually. Okay, so. Do I have any glass on me? This is an important question. Glass. Yes, it's in my inventory, as always. I should really look before I speak, shouldn't I? Okay, so I'm going to take my remaining brass, and I'm going to turn them into pneumatic tubes. 56 of them. That's far more than I actually need, but I figure, you know, while I'm doing this, why not? There we go. 6 more blue doped wafers. Now, these are important, and I'm going to show you why. These are components for the Red Power 2 solar panels. And I think this is the first time in any of my Let's Plays I have actually crafted solar panels before I have crafted anything else. Okay, my bat box is over there. So I'm actually going to want to do all this over here, aren't I? Right, okay. I did everything in the wrong place. That's typical me. You know, these door systems are great. Hats off to whoever figured them out. On the other hand, they're kind of a pain in the butt. You know, just making sure, oh, I have to get through them before they open up, or they close up. Crap, I didn't. Oh, crap, the creeper's chasing me. Uh-oh, there goes half my house. Yeah, that's pretty much normal for me. Okay, what do I need next? I am going to need... First of all, I'm going to need an axe. I apologize for saying so much, but honestly, it's really hard to think while you're recording. I think this is where my... Nope. That's my bat box, right? Yeah, that's my bat box. Okay. It's really hard to think while you're recording, actually. It's I don't know especially why. It just is. Nope. Okay, now, most of you are gonna... I can't do that. Okay. I was trying to be smart about this, but apparently I'm not going to be. Well, I'm hopefully going to be smart, but I'm not. Never mind. You guys get what I'm trying to say, right? Right? Right, I hope so at least. Okay, so I'm going to put my solar panels... right about here. That's actually not where I wanted to put them, but I guess that's where I'll put them. There's a reason why I didn't especially want to put them there. Okay, so I'm going to take my pneumatic tubes. And don't worry, guys, I'm going to explain what I'm doing once I'm finished with this. I promise. I'm actually building a system that is relatively common for Let's Players, and if anyone here has watched anyone else's Let's Play, they will instantly recognize it. Okay, so my filter goes right here. Right like that. I'm going to run into my house, but that's okay. I don't really care. And my retriever is going to go down like this. And the orange side should face away from the tube connected to the deployer. Okay? Okay. Is there a smoother way for me to do this? Maybe. Maybe. If I do it like this, I should be able to get away with this. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure something out while I talk, and that's always dangerous. And it's getting nighttime, so I guess I'm going to go sleep. So if you guys want to hold on for a split second, let me just dash into my bed here. Yeah, I really wish there was an option to make this, like, speed up for Let's Play purposes. Okay, I'm going to run back out. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take... You know what? I can't do what I thought I was going to do. Oh, too bad. That would have been nice. But I can tidy it up a little bit. Oh, it's all going into my digger's backpacks. I can tidy things up a little bit here. I really should not have put this where I did, but... Oh well, can't fix it now. So then, I'm going to run my pneumatic tubing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that should do me for just right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Some of that's not going to be used yet, but it'll be okay. Alright. Now, let me... That should all be working. That should be there. Okay, you know what? I'm going to change this all up again. I'm sorry for being so indecisive, but I realized that solar panels actually don't cost that much in red power, so... Ow. Gonna eat food soon. Okay, so the next thing we have to craft is a battery box. We need 4 BT batteries, which is nickelite, copper, and tin. I hope to God I have enough nickelite. I really do. Okay, so we need nickelite surrounding. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. How many of these do I need? 4. 4 of those. Gonna need more copper and tin. But of course. Of course, I have all the iron I will ever need. Don't you love how that works? The reason I'm doing it this way instead of the way I thought I was going to do it is... son of a gun. You know, why is it that whenever I'm in the middle of crafting something, that's when all my stuff decides to run out of resources? There we go. That should keep it going for a little bit. So I'm going to need 5 more pieces of copper. Okay, so what am I doing? Right. Alright. I'm also kind of scatterbrained because I just got out of school today. So that was entertaining. Nothing like listening to History of Radio for however many hours I was in there for. Alright, put that down there. For those of you who don't know, I'm which would probably be all of you or most of you, I'm a political science major, actually. But why is a political science major taking History of Radio? Well, we have to. Well, we don't have to take History of Radio, but we have to take a science course, and that sounded like the least painful option available. Okay, so of the 4 batteries, I need a piece of wood, my 4 batteries, if I can click correctly, 3 iron, and 1 of my blue alloy ingots, and that gives me a battery box. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back outside, and I'm just going to drop my battery box right next to my retriever. And I'm going to drop the solar panel right on top of that. Now, for those of you who don't know, I can do this with red power. Red power machines automatically share energy with nearby red power machines. So So instead of having to, run wires and this and that like I do with industrial craft machines, with, for example, the generator will give power to this. This will give power to whatever is adjacent to it. But if I put another machine here without this cable here, this macerator would not share power. In my mind, it's a little more realistic, but red power is realistic in other ways. Red power actually has voltage and amperage. And I can actually get into that more later. So see, that's starting to spool up. That's a good thing. I was worried that something had changed on me, and make sure all that's correct. Okay, good. So now, let's see here. I'm going to need... Alright, let me do 3 to start off with. And I have 9 refined iron, 3... Alright, give me a sec, guys. I'm actually gonna pull up my calculator on my phone and cheat a little bit here. Oh, nope, that's not right. 3 times 8. 24 minus 9. 15. So I'm gonna need... 15 more pieces of refined iron. Pull that out, drop that in. Okay. So, and then I'm going to need 3 furnaces. So why don't I do that up right now? Convenient inventory, by the way, has to be one of the best things known to Minecraftia. It's really a fantastic thing. And don't worry, I will shortly get to giving myself a project table. I can already imagine anyone who's watching this in the future is going, Kassarian, for the love of God, just make a crafting table. Yeah, I'll get to it. But this is important. I need to get some steady power gen going. And I have a somewhat personal hatred of solar panels. So I'm just going to steal the coal out of there. Also, I'm going to be installing Railcraft at some point soon. Maybe within the next couple episodes. I just miss my coal coke, and also it isn't very well known, but it actually interfaces with forestry. Creosote oil, now that it's actually a liquid, is in fact capable of being put in forestry machines. Little known fact there. All right, I'm going to see if I have any more copper cable around here somewhere. Unless I'm going blind, the answer is no, I do not have any. That is unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. Okay. That's okay. I can... have some rubber around here. Yep, I do. Oh god, I'm going to need to do a tree tapping operation soon. And I'm going to need to get all this sorted, but that can wait for a little bit. Here we go, copper cable. You guys should be able to guess what I'm making with copper cable. That's right, RE batteries. Oh man, what am I making with refined iron and RE batteries? Oh my, oh no. Yeah, I'm making generators. And I'm making plenty of generators. 3, in fact, actually. And I'm using what, in my opinion, is one of the most useful power gen systems if you're using red power. I'm going to need more sticks. Now I think this is the crafting recipe right here. I hope this is the crafting recipe. I'm going to look like an idiot. Yes, it is. Water mills. Now, for those of you who don't know, water mills are kind of a weird... Crap. Okay, guys, this is the point where I show you how to craft a craft wrench. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, industrial craft wrench time. Okay. The good news is I believe I have all the materials I need. Am I doing this backwards? Yeah, I am. The IC2 wrench. There it is. Before I go and do that, let me just make sure. I think I snuck around using one. Yeah, I did. The IC2 wrench is used to reorient machines. You make it with bronze. Now, in straight-up industrial craft, you have to macerate your dusts, mix your dusts, and then cook it. Forestry adds a shortcut where you can just mix the bars together. I much prefer the shortcut. So I'm just going to plop these down on the ground. Ta-da! So, as I was explaining, water mills have kind of a weird effect, where they have two methods of generation, passive mode and attended mode. In passive mode, you drop them in the water. Like, you make a giant column of water and you just drop them in. Like, there. It produces very little energy per tick. I think it's something like 0.15 EU per tick. Just an absolute pit per block of water within a 3x3 area. Within a 3x3x3 cube, centered on the watermill. It's really not a lot of power. It is not a lot of power. You have attended mode, where in attended mode, if you go over here, you have this slot on the bottom. You can put water buckets in there. See? Water bucket went in. And that little water bar filled up. So you can boost your efficiency by putting water buckets in. And with water buckets, I believe it generates 2 energy units per tick. That's fine. The problem is you literally have to stand there and just shovel water buckets or water cells into the stupid thing. So what I built here is a system using Red Power 2 that automatically places full water buckets in and pulls the empty ones out. And I'll show you exactly how it works. I forgot a tube. There we go. In a second. I drop back to there. Okay, so now I need something called tin cable. Tin cable... I don't have any more tin. I'm going to have to go mining after this again. I may only need 1 unit of these. These create ultra-low current cables. And no, don't ask, you cannot step energy down to ultra-low. There's kind of an exploit with that. These were actually created... Let me just check something here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I should just have a little bit of power loss there. Yep. Ultra-low current cables were built to solve a problem, which is that in industrial craft, you lose power over distance. So basically what will happen is for every length of cable, you can lose energy, etc., etc. Now this meant that it was actually really difficult to build large solar plants. Simply they just run out of, I want to put it right, nope. You just run out of room. Not room, but you'd run out of cable length. Which could be irritating, as you can imagine. So what it meant was that you basically ended up condensing everything down into these solar flowers, we call them. And because, honestly, they look like flowers. You'd see them, a star arrangement, all centered around a bat box. I just burned a lot of iron. To prevent energy loss, right? Now I'm going to drop all of these in here, and then I'm going to demonstrate to you guys how the system works. And then I'm going to show you and teach you guys how to make your first Red Power 2 integrated redstone. Okay, so I'm going to need 2 more of these, I guess. And don't worry, these will be replaced. Okay, so the first thing that happens is that this needs to deploy and fill the water bucket, which I'm actually going to have to take out of there. I'm going to take one of these full buckets out as well. Okay, the water bucket goes into the filter, and the empty bucket goes into the retriever. Now, so this activates. Right, it has filled itself a water bucket. The filter pops the water bucket out and spits it out. It's now in there. The retriever pulls the water bucket out. Then that activates. And you can see what's happening. And then the retrievers pulls out the empty buckets. Ta-da! And these will generate energy. I may need to build myself another bat box, actually, because I think I'm losing power. No, not really. Okay. The advantage of this system is that it works in day or night. So it's a nice, easy way. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I should have known that. You'd think I would have known that. So I'm going to cook myself up some smooth stone right now. And we're going to start making a timer. Now, this is actually good because I wanted to show you guys how Red Power 2 stuff works. So, if you've ever watched anyone like Minecraft Muse, you've seen his timers he's built. There are these huge, multi-block, long, gigantic, repeater monstrosities, etc. Well, thankfully, a wonderful, amazing person named Elaram has made it so that we don't have to do that. What Elaram's created is a system where you can condense all of that redstone into one block. So if I go to my item subsets and I go to Red Power and I go to Logic, you can see synchronizers, randomizers, basic. There we go. That's the RS latch, the NOR gate, the OR gate, the AND gate. All of these things are different types of gates, and they all take up one block. Direwolf20 has a fantastic YouTube video tutorial on Red Power. I highly recommend checking it out if you haven't already. I'm planning on doing one myself from a more logic-based perspective, more of a what you can do with this perspective, whereas Direwolf just shows you what it does and how it works. Yes, I'm a political science student, but I have, in fact, taken logic classes. Logic design, VHDL, CPLD. If any of you understood that alphabet soup, thank good for you, because I don't think I understood it at the time. Okay, so as I'm dropping my laptop all over the place here, to get all of these bits the timer is made out of are made of these stone wafers. And you make these stone wafers by cooking up smooth stone in a furnace. I don't know the chemical process and how it works, but apparently it does. For each piece of smooth stone you cook up, you get 2 stone wafers. And then you're going to need to craft multiple parts, basically. It's kind of a pain in the butt. I'll confess, when I play vanilla, I actually or sorry, not vanilla. When I play on my own and I'm not doing a let's play, I actually tend to spawn the logic gates in. I'll admit that right off the top of the bat. I'm actually not a fan of a lot of the fiddliness. Yes, I know, fiddliness. In terms of crafting recipes. Oh, shoot. I don't know why I forgot that you have to actually craft red alloy wire. I forget that on occasion. There we go. No harm done, really. Let me steal about half of this. Okay, so what do we need here? We need 2 stone wafers. We need some stone wires, which should be easy enough, yeah. Alright. We need 3 stone wires. Okay, that's pretty simple. That's just a piece of redstone on top of a stone wafer. 3 stone wires. That's easy. Then we need 2 stone anodes. Now, thankfully, these crafting recipes actually make sense. Maybe. What did I do wrong? Oh. Oh, you're kidding me, right? Okay, fine. I need these 2, and then I need 2 stone pointers. And the stone pointer is a redstone torch that I don't have. And I already have a bunch of sticks, but whatever. Okay, so the redstone pointer is a wafer with a piece of smooth stone on top, and that gives us our stone pointer. And then I need a stone cathode. And that's just a redstone torch on top of a stone wafer. So our cathode goes there. Our blank bits go up here. Our pointer goes here. And let me check the recipe again. Okay, that's easy enough. This goes here. And the anodes go here. And I made way too many anodes, but that's okay. And that gives me my timer. And now this alloy furnace is done cooking up. So I can yank that out. Excuse me. And I can do something like that. And I get my 12 red alloy wire. Now, Kassarian, you say, what are you doing with all of this? Well, as a matter of fact, my good friend, I'm automating the system. After all, this wouldn't be a tech mod Let's Play if there wasn't loads and loads and loads of automation. So you just run your redstone wire right like that. Just like redstone wire will charge the block it's placed on with redstone power. The insulated stuff that you make with wool does not. So just a fair warning on that. That actually confused me for a while. And as you can see, the system's beginning to cycle. Now I can actually turn this down to about 0.75 seconds. So about 3/4 of a second. I found that that's usually an optimal number for a lot of your red power machines. I don't know why LRM designed it that way, but she did. So, if you were playing on multiplayer, I'd actually recommend you do this with a sequencer and not a timer. Sequencers are timed to world ticks, are timed to already existing ticks. They're synchronized with the world clock. Whereas this thing generates its own. So this actually can create a fair bit of server lag. So you see this water mill's filled up, mostly. This one has not. I need more buckets. This build cost a lot more than I remember it costing. But, alright, whatever. Let's sort my inventory out just for a second. And let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 4 more buckets should do the trick nicely. Yeah, it's kind of an art getting this thing to balance out correctly. But in theory, you should have about the same number of buckets as you have water mills. Because what will happen is they'll get to this point like this, where they'll still accept a bucket in their bottom slot before they can actually deplete the bucket. So you should have about the same number of buckets as you have water mills. And if you're feeling really fancy and you set this up properly like I didn't, you can actually hook up a redstone output from this machine. This has a setting on it, if I can get him there. Can I? Yes. Emit if full. When this thing's full, it'll emit a redstone signal. And that'll basically say, hey, stop it. I'm done. I'm good. I just moved mine a little too far away. So I can't set that signal up. Let me see if I have anything to macerate here. I do have some iron and some copper. Okay. That's good. I'm actually running low on resources. The main reason I actually built that was simply because I don't like using coal. I actually passionately hate using coal. Even coal coke. I've seen some pretty good systems set up for peat production from forestry. But I'm not one for using coal coke. It's wasteful. It really is. You need coal for other things, so why bother using it for, frivolous purposes? I'm going to make myself a ruby pick while I'm up here. Because I actually have to go mining again. And because I need more resources before I head off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the recording here, and I'm probably going to go mining for a little bit. Alright folks, I'm back. So I realized that I actually had a bunch of resources in my miner's backpack that I had forgotten about. Yeah. So, way to go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to work on something else. I'd originally intended to work on something from IC2, but with the amount of red power stuff I'm using, I actually decided it would be better use of my time to do something else. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to craft another one of those bat boxes from red power. At least I would if I had any more tin on me, which I don't. Which is kind of an embarrassing moment to have. 5 tin ore, that should be enough. I only need to let that cycle for 2 times. So yes, what I'm doing right now is I decided that, as I said earlier, I hate coal. I really hate coal. Or I hate burning it at any rate. So what I decided to do is I'm going to create the upgraded version of the alloy furnace, which requires bricks. It's the blue electric alloy furnace. And I need 4 bricks, so I need 20. Right. So I need to create a blue electric alloy furnace. There we go. And what it does is, it's much like the IC2 electric furnace, except rather than relying on IC2EU, it actually relies on Bluetricity. And that's the reason why I was kind of flip-flopping on this whole setup. I actually didn't realize my space was as limited, and I wanted to put it somewhere else so that I could actually connect it all to the same power net. But this is working out, even though there's way too much power in there that I'll actually ever use with that one device there. So that's the reason why, if you notice, I knocked a hole in my wall. That's taking forever, and that's taking not forever. Oh, the joys of waiting for things to cook up. So yes, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be putting down an IC2 furnace, a blue electric furnace in that slot, and then my power unit right there. And I'm actually going to be moving this staircase around to the back side of the house. I'm also be moving this solar panel. Now this is all going to necessitate, some more solar panels. Which means I need some more red doped wafers, or blue doped wafers. And because I'm being impatient, I will actually burn some coal. 1 piece should do the trick, I think. So that's going to mean I'll only have 2 solar panels right now. Oh good, I have some wool. I was actually just considering, oh crap, I'm going to have to go sheep hunting. Okay, so I'm going to have to get into some Bluetricity talk here. So in electricity, real life, you have voltage and you have amperage. Voltage is the potential difference between your power source and your draw. Amperage is the amount of power. It's the current. That's why people say voltage doesn't kill, amperage does. Right. A taser is exceedingly high voltage, low amperage. Makes sense. And I'm not going to get too much more into that because, honestly, I don't really understand much more than that myself. So I figure that's the most I explain. So basically, what it factors down to is that you want to have enough power to run your machines. And there I go, putting things on my crafting table and forgetting components. So I'm going to need a blue alloy ingot and some iron. Yeah, I found Red Power 2 recipes are actually usually monumentally less expensive than their industrial craft counterparts. I don't know why LRM must have just decided that's the way it's going to be,
But I, for one, am not really going to argue the point. Okie dokie. So we'll just shove that tin dust in there, let it cook up for a couple minutes, while I go outside and move some stuff around. And blather a little bit as I do so. I guess if you guys didn't enjoy my blathering, you probably wouldn't be listening to this channel. Now would you? Of course, I have one subscriber, and it's my girlfriend, so... yeah. I'm going to stop that pity party now before it gets really bad. Okay, so I'm going to just move this staircase around to the back side of the house. And check up here. Okay, that looks shiny. And that's my hole right there. So I'm going to put one solar panel right there. Hurt myself again and use up more food. Because, you know, I do that. That's my Blue Ally 400 furnace, looking all nice and lonely over there. Okay, so now that that's done, I can actually start crafting things up again. Where did I put my Nikolite? I had my Nikolite. Where did I put it? Oh, I threw it all in here. Well, shoot. I don't have enough Nikolite. Okay. Yep. Alright. So, I'm actually going to have to... wow. Okay, that was really silly of me right there. Do this over here instead. Let me think for a second here. Okay, yep, I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I literally just went down, found the first vein of Nikolite, first couple veins of Nikolite I could, and came back up. Alright, that should be enough. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and tin, and I've swapped the recipe around again. Okay, there we go. And now I know I have some silver in here, and I need another piece of coal. There I go, dropping the tin in by accident. Whoops. I might be able to get away with this. I don't have a lot of Nikolite left. Yes, I will be able to. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Drop that there. Put my iron like that. Put my 4 BT batteries just like this. And my wooden plank right there. And I get my battery box. Yay! Sure as hell took me long enough. Alright, so now that I have some power gen, I'm going to drop this right there. And actually, just to save myself, because I don't actually have enough Nikolite to do this the nice way, I'm going to use the handy Red Power 2 You Don't Need Cables solution. Drop those down there. They have sunlight, I presume. And that should charge up. Alright, all. This is a good point to say goodbye. Episode actually ran significantly longer than I had hoped. So I will see you all around. And I'm probably going to record another episode right after this. Alright, guys. Have a good one. Stay safe.